Welcome to the podcast where you eavesdrop into conversations between my friends and I on a weekly basis. My name is Lily Jo. I'm a singer, songwriter, and I perform shows all over the world. I'm a qualified counsellor and an emotional wellbeing coach. You can also check out my award-winning online mental health resource, The Lily Jo Project. I know you will find gems of wisdom within the conversations that I have with my friends. Hopefully you will find tools and resources that you can hold on to, try and test for yourself, all around the important subject of mental health and personal development. I am so pleased to welcome you to today's episode of Eavesdrop. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking to Stuart Walkinshaw, who is the founder of Primary Sports Coaching Ltd. Hey, Stuart.
Hi, okay.
Yeah, really good to see you today. Thanks so much for joining me.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
So we've partnered over the last couple of months and been working together. Stuart, tell us a little bit about your business and what you do, first of all.
So we are a sports coaching company. Been going now since 2009, working in many primary schools across Stockport and South Manchester. And we deliver a wide variety of sport and physical activity for children aged between 4 years old and 14 years old. And we cover all sorts from your main sports of football, basketball, we do gymnastics, dance, yoga, and we try and find a different activity that will engage every child in the schools we work at.
Amazing. And I know firsthand that my daughter and my son over the years has enjoyed spending time with your coaches at a primary sports coaching club. So thanks for that. They've loved it.
No, that's okay. Our courses when the schools are closed are really popular. And I think that gives the children a chance to relax in a friendly environment and play the sports and games they'd love to play and keep amongst their friends and make new friends as well.
Absolutely. And as you know, a mum and as someone who is passionate about mental health and well-being, I heard my daughter mention to me at club that, you know, she was enjoying watching some Disney movies at lunchtime, which is rightly so. Who doesn't love watching a bit of Disney? And I thought, being the opportunist that I am, I'm going to have a little chat to Stuart and see if there's any opportunity for us to maybe showcase our mental health workshops throughout your lunch times rather than, Disney. So talk to us a little bit about how that's been for you using the Lily Jo Project in your lunch times.
Yeah, well, we get lots of offers from different companies around the country with all kinds of ideas of how they think they can enhance what we do as a company. But when I saw the Lily Jo Project and I met yourself and it came to life really, and it a really nice fit to what we do, and especially at the time as well. Most of the children have been at home for 2-3 months by that time, and we weren't quite sure in what kind of frame of mind a lot of the children will arrive at our holiday courses in. We knew they were excited, we knew they were ready to come and be around the children again, I'll say some for the first time for 3-4 months. So when we heard about the Lily Jo Project and the support that could give, we thought that'd be a really, really good fit. And look at the content and the support online and the resources as well that we could use at lunchtimes. It was a perfect fit, and it's gone down really well. We tried it for a week, and then we rolled it out then for the remaining 3 or 4 weeks on the courses because the children loved it that much. We did we in school people voice. We asked the children what they liked about it, and to see if it really stuck with them and if it had an effect. And talking to the children, it really sunk in and resonated, especially the superhero series as well. They could recite that for fun. We had coaches creating dances out of the songs, and it went down a storm. So thank you.
Oh, I'm so pleased. It was so good to see it all in action. And I remember seeing a little video on Facebook that one of your coaches had created with the children talking about what they'd learned. And in particular, we were talking about the HERO acronym, which is H standing for helping others, E, exercise, R, relaxation, and O, opening up. And to hear that coming from children's voices, it was just such a rewarding experience for us because we've spent some time creating that content, and then hearing children reciting that back was just
a dream come true, actually. So just thank you for allowing us that chance to trial what we do and to showcase what we do and to help children begin to help themselves when they're feeling a little bit low.
For us, a key focus of the courses was making it as much of a fun and relaxing environment as it could, and that really helped us. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So just wanting to find out a little bit more about you as well, the man behind the company. So tell us a little bit about what got you into running your business in the first place.
Well, we sort of fell into it. We got a little bit unlucky at first, then lucky. So I worked for another sports coaching company, and then that company ceased to trade. So on the Sunday, I had no job. On the Monday, we went to, myself and my colleagues, Dave Underwood and Dave Young, went to a couple of schools we had worked at previously and spoke to the head teacher and said, this is the situation. Would you like us to come and be your new coaches? And luckily, they jumped at the chance. So we began all those years ago with about 6 schools. And then over the years, we just built that up then. And we're now working in 28 primary schools across Manchester and Stockport. And so, yeah, we sort of fell into it. I mean, before that, I played sports all the time. Football was my main sport. I think once I got to that point where I knew I couldn't be an elite footballer, I had to find an alternative. So the next best thing was coaching football. So I started doing that at Stockport County in their academy and began working then as a full-time sports coach. And it sort of, it suited me really well. And eventually worked up ladder and took on the business myself.
That's amazing. And actually, it's so good to hear that you, although you didn't necessarily make it in that elite way, you're still using sport, you're still empowering other people, and you're still using the gifts that you've been given to empower and help others, which is such a good thing to hear.
Yeah, and I think when I first started coaching, I was working around a lot of other elite players at football academies, and that was my main coaching role. And over the years, that's evolved, I think, to become more of an all-inclusive coaching. So as a company, our mantra is about trying to find sports for all. And it's not about just pitching it at the best. It's about trying to give everybody that lifelong love of being active and enjoying sports as much as we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, it's interesting really when you're at school and you get to do PE, it's something that you do because you have to do it. No, you are made to do PE. And then when you leave school and you become an adult, you have to kind of do PE for yourself. And if you're not naturally sporty, it's something that you might neglect. But physical health and mental health are so inextricably linked, aren't they? That actually, if we don't move our bodies, then we start to feel low. So, how do you make sure that you keep on top of your well-being and your mental health? What do you do?
I think that's become a lot more important over the last few months, because where we've all been. And I think myself and Dave have spent so many hours and days trying to make sure that our staff are being looked after and make sure they're taking home at full wage every week, and that they are in a good place as well. And we're trying to put their fears at ease as well. But I think I probably did for a little bit, and I probably still am to some extent, forgot about myself. So I think for me now, I've been back in the gym. So I go to a morning class, 5 in the morning, get that done before the kids wake up. Been back on the roads, running again. Over summer, even got a bit of golfing, which is, a 4-hour round. It's hard to get away from the family for that long. And then I've tried to make sure for myself as well that on the weekends that my phone, this is going to sound really silly this, but my phone never stops. And one of my bugbears, when I'm out with the family, enjoying family time, and the phone goes, and it's a real killer. So I've left my phone, sounds daft, in a drawer at home, got out for the day, and then come back to play the music. So all the little things I've tried to put in place for me just to give myself a little bit of shut off away from work, where I can relax and have a different focus.
Yeah, that is so good. They're really good tips, actually. So going out before anyone else is awake, getting out there on the roads, going to the gym, putting your phone away, all brilliant to just quiet your mind. I think our minds just get so busy and so full, don't they? But actually, we just need to make sure that we're keeping on top of those things, keeping on top of exercise in particular, and really beginning to quiet our minds.
Oh, certainly, I couldn't agree more. Because it is, the way we're working now, it's when we went into lockdown, we're talking to staff, we set some rules for ourselves as well, because working from home is different for us all. Mm-hmm. And we said to staff, you can be flexible, you've got your tasks to do, so when you're working from home and not in schools. And some staff like to be up and working at 7 in the morning, some prefer lying awake and work till 8 at night. But we just set rules of communication and said that between the hours of 9 till 4, that's how we can communicate with each other, by text or by email, and nothing outside those hours. And I think that really helps everybody just to control what they're doing and not let work take over the whole day.
I absolutely love that. Maybe I need to put that in place with my team. We'll send each other messages at midnight and then be like, whoops, that's really late. And actually, it is important, isn't it, that we put those boundaries in place to protect ourselves from, you know, that extra stress and that extra pressure. So I love that as well, those kind of real practical tips of how to really look after your mental well-being. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to chat to you. And where can anyone out there find more about you? What's your website?
Our website is www.primary, S for sports, C for coaching, L for limited.co.uk, and we're on Facebook as well, so it's Primary Sports Coaching Ltd, and we're on Twitter and Instagram as well, I think. We're on YouTube too as well. That's all new.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, I really do recommend to any parent out there to get in touch and book your children in to these amazing sports camps that really help to build children's self-esteem, as well as looking after their physical health and their mental health. So thank you so much for all you're doing, Stuart. Thank you for showcasing your resilience, actually, because resilience is obviously the ability to bounce back throughout hard times. And you know, throughout lockdown, you kept going and you're continuing to power through. So well done. Keep up that good work.
We're getting there. We're going to power on, and hopefully it'll all work out well whenever this gets back to normal. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Well, I wish you all the best, and I look forward to continuing to work together over the next couple of months.
Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please be sure to subscribe, and if you're feeling generous, why not share with your friends? Please check the description box below for extra links and further information to some of the topics discussed in today's episode. Also, you'll find information about what's coming next. For further information, top tips and advice on all kinds of mental health issues, including low mood, anxiety, self-harm, eating disorders and more, please do check out www.thelilyjoproject.com. You can find my music across all digital platforms, including Spotify and iTunes. See you next time.